I want to go into relationships right
Yeah,
now.
let's do it.
We went from insecurities to now going into relationship, what that means when being in a relationship and when dating. Just talk about that
Yeah.
a little bit.
I think it's okay. So here's the thing. Early 1800s, there was what was called courtship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, courtship required approval from your parents. You never made it on your own. You never made the decision on your own. Nowadays, kids be like, there are still some cultures that their parents put them
Arrange
together,
them.
do the arrangement. For Western world culture, that doesn't typically happen. There are cultures that marry for status reasons. People who marry each other because of wealth, and they want to keep the wealth in the family. I get that. They want to keep the culture of the family intact. So you don't have to keep telling people what you do. Because when you bring two cultures together, you got to teach each other about your cultures. But when you know each other, you eat the same food, you have the same lingos, you don't have to explain it. You go to the same church, you don't have to explain it. But courtship in the early 1800s required you to come and sit in a parlor with, the young man would come, his parents would come, they'd meet the parents of that young woman, and it was a means towards marriage.
Yeah.
That's what courtship was. It means you had a goal. We weren't just meeting each other because we wanted just to hang out.
Yeah.
Well, modern day dating, actually, I believe it took place in the late 1800s, where the word dating came about. And really how it came about was a young man who was trying to see this young woman. And she kept putting him off and saying, I don't have any time. All my dates are filled up with other suitors.
Oh. Yeah.
That's how it came about. And he just basically said, her dates are full. And therefore the word dating came out of all of that your dates are full, which really isn't a good thing because it would suggest you're seeing a bunch of suitors.
Yeah.
It means you're seeing a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
You haven't got a goal. You're actually grazing. And I mean, it's okay to get to know people. I mean, for our kids, my children, we encourage them, no, don't date anyone. Because there's a thing about dating is it can almost introduce a spirit of divorce to your mindset. If it doesn't work, see you later, right? So when you date, you don't date with a goal. You date with an experience in mind. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to get to know this person. And dating, really, unlike courtship in the early 1800s, dating actually, for most young people, I would say this. It's about who my friends like and what they look like. And do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't, you actually tell your parents, I'm dating someone. It isn't like, Mom and Dad, give me some counsel. Now, I'm not saying that your parents have the best suggestions of who you date, because it may be bias. They may be like, well, he reminds me of ex-boyfriend. She reminds me of an ex-girlfriend. So you shouldn't date them. So it could be personal bias is why they're saying that, or because the person doesn't look the part. I mean, my husband didn't look the part for my mother, but I knew this was the man, right? And the reason I knew it was the man is because I already had a standard, and you're running the race with a goal in mind. And the problem is in dating relationships, you don't have a goal. You're just dating.
Yeah.
Well, what is the goal? Are you planning to marry? Well, I don't know if I like her. You could set yourself up for a spirit of divorce.
Wow.
That you go in and out of relationships and you have a mindset that if this doesn't work, I'm out. Courtship, not that courtship always works.
Yeah.
Right? Because you may discover that when it's not working, but at least you have a goal. This is leading to marriage. So therefore, I think for relationships, really, Linnea, I think young people should just explore the world. Go out and get to know everybody, but don't make yourself exclusive to someone until you know the man or the woman that you're looking for. But if you're just shopping to shop, you know what? You're going to shop and buy things you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're going to take it home and go, I'd want to return it tomorrow. That's relationships, right? You're going to do the same thing. You go, I got to, no. Yeah, I brought them home too quickly. I didn't stay in the fitting room long enough to figure out, is this what I'm looking for? I used to work in retail in management. And one of the things I used to always say, as a personal, I used to be a stylist for people. And they'd come in and they'd see something on the mannequin and it'd be like, oh, I love this. But because I knew their color, their shape, I would say to them, that's not for you. And they go, but it looks so good. I saw it on somebody else and I came in here to get it. It's not for you. Your body type does not cause this outfit to look good. It is not, you're too short on the top or too long on the bottom or too long on the top, and it's not going to fit you well. And the colors don't work with you. And they'd say, no, but and I'd say, okay, go ahead. Try it on. Now, here's the first thing that I would always say to my clients when I used to do personal fitting with them. As soon as you tilt your head and go,
that's when it's not for you.
Not for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right away to anyone that's listening to this, you go into a fitting room and you put that thing on and you start tilting your head and trying to find another angle.
Yeah.
And you start turning and looking at the back end of that outfit, put it back on the hanger because you will know who you are.
Yeah.
When you know who you are, you'll know what to wear. And as soon as you put it on, you go, yep, you will buy it even if it's $500 because you go, this is me. This is me. This fits me perfectly. It's the same thing with relationship. You need to know who you are before you go in the store shopping.
Yep, it's true.
Right?
Yep.
So you go, oh, I like this guy. No, did you already plan out your style before you left the house? But you show up, even to church, events, you see a guy and you don't have a standard. He just looks cute. You see a girl, you don't have a standard. She just looks cute. And therefore, you qualify her not on standards, but on appearances.
Relationship is kind of like personal shopping.
Yeah.
So when I go shopping, I look at fabric, fit, and finance.
There you go.
So fabric,
Yeah.
what kind of cloth is he cut out from?
Yeah.
Is he a good material that wouldn't just wear out? Is he gonna start peeling? Is you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. What kind of cloth? What kind of family does he come from?
Right.
Fit. Does he fit where I'm at in life right now?
Right.
Is he gonna fit like my calling on my life?
Right.
Because if he's in children's ministry and I'm doing something else, how are we gonna make that work? If you're out traveling as a missionary and you're set here, how is that gonna work? And then I look at finance. Does he fit my budget? Is he too expensive?
Oh, is he too expensive? Ooh.
Or am I too expensive?
Okay.
Does he fit the budget?
Okay.
That's what I look at when it's kind of like shopping.
It is shopping because you've got to know what you're shopping before you leave the house. That's why people overspend when they shop. Because you don't have a budget, like you said, before you leave the house. So now you credit it, and now you're in debt. And, there's a saying I've shared. We see people and we go, oh, they're so cute. And we go by image. But you got to remember, this is a lifetime. If you're going to make a commitment, because it's unity, right? God loves the spirit of unity. He loves covenants. And that's what relationships should be about, covenants. But you need to also acknowledge, who does God have for me? What is going to complement who I am? Who's going to challenge me? Because a lot of women don't even want to be challenged. But God's like, yeah, I'm going to bring him to you. Because when you get married, trust me. Yeah, like I said the other day, it's not sitting on the couch and cuddling all day long. It's for real life situations, right? You barely have time to cuddle.
Yeah.
That's not what real life is. It's functioning. It's a business. It's a relationship. It's unity. It's covenant. It's responsibilities.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. People go into this thinking that it's going to be all great, and they take what they just see and they buy it quickly. But there's a statement that I always give to young people. If you recognize it's the wrong person, get out immediately.
Yeah.
It would be better for you to cry for a night and soak your pillow wet because you broke off with someone that you really thought God said was for me. He had all the requirements but two. He had all the requirements but one. And you're like, I thought this was him. You know what? Or you recognize this isn't the man or the woman for me. You know what? End it. God will honor you for that, that you've not lowered your standards.
Yeah.
cry into your pillow for a week than cry for a lifetime that you married the wrong person.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Get it over with. Because you know what? It'll wreck you for years after. You will feel guilty. You'll feel condemned. You'll feel broken. You'll be like, I'm in the wrong relationship. Why did I do this? I never wanted. You will feel the loneliest you've ever felt in a unity that should have made you feel like one when you marry or get into a relationship. And it doesn't even have to happen in marriage. It'll happen in courtship. It'll happen in dating, because you attract people that you want, you attract people into your life that actually somewhere reflect you or an environment you've been in.
Yeah.
And you don't recognize it. You could attract a narcissist.
Right.
Because what?
Right.
You're desperate for what? Affection. And they come in with this, I'm caring for you and I'll buy you clothes and you look good in this. I think you should wear this. When you got some person, whether male or female, in so much detail about don't wear this, don't put that on, make sure you look like this. Why did you look like that? Don't be like that. You better check that spirit of narcissism and control and recognize it quickly. There's a love that cares for people and is gentle and accepts them where they are. But when they're always pulling on you and tugging on you to fix something or telling you not to wear those shoes, or I started wearing the shoes when I first met you. But be careful that you're not trying to change people into an image even you have of them, right? But also the Word of God says to guard your heart.
Yeah.
So guard your heart so that someone else doesn't take your life.